Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great day so far. My name is Kevin Oshinsky, and I'm the Project Associate here at the Association for Career and Technical Education. Welcome to our webinar on how to plan and conduct a school visit. Before we dive into the school visit itself, I wanted to mention that we are currently right in the midst of CTE Month, which is a celebration we hold each February to recognize innovation in career and technical education and the accomplishments of members of the CTE community. For more information on the work that we are doing this CTE month, visit our CTE month page. The URL for this page is included in the description box below this video on YouTube. Every year during CTE month, among other events, ACTE organizes a school visit. A school visit is a chance to showcase a school's innovative, high-quality CTE programs by inviting policymakers, members of the media, and other groups to see firsthand the work that a school is doing. Anyone can organize a school visit, whether you're a teacher, administrator, or another interested person with connections to a school. ACTE holds a school visit every year with a school in the Washington, D.C. area. Any CTE program, from healthcare to hospitality to business to engineering, can be the subject of a great school visit. While you can organize your event at any time, CTE Month can provide a great hook to spark your attendees' interest. But even if you're interested in holding a school visit, you might wonder how exactly the schedule usually works. Well, there is often a welcome speech or presentation from a teacher or another person who has a direct connection to the event. This speech should make clear exactly what you want attendees to learn and take away from this visit. This may be followed by classroom tours where visitors see actual lessons from these programs as they are taught, and get to meet students and teachers that are doing exemplary work. Depending on how many visitors and how much time you have, you may be able to take all guests on a single tour, or you may have to split the group and take different tours at the same time, which means attendees will have to decide which programs they are most interested in seeing. Remember that for CTE programs, classroom visits don't have to mean walking around a bunch of desks. For programs like construction, agriculture, or engineering, it's very possible that the best examples of innovative CTE work are created or built outside the classroom. You also may want to give students and educators time to make speeches or remarks and fully explain the work they are doing and the benefits that CTE offers. These can take the form of either speeches or a panel where speakers are able to converse with each other and take questions from attendees. This can be a good place for policymakers to interact directly with students and educators. All in all, a school visit usually takes a couple hours and should fit well into a morning or afternoon. Once you have a pretty good idea of how you want the event to work, you should be about ready to navigate through the planning process itself. Setting up a school visit takes time and requires a great deal of coordination with many people inside and outside the school. When you're ready to start putting your school visit plan into action, it's good to keep a few things in mind. First off, you want to be sure to keep your school administrators and educators informed at every step of the way. Many of you are probably administrators or educators yourselves, which should make this easier. Make sure you have permission to do everything you are planning to do, and make sure you have the timing of each step of the event and all the logistics related to each step planned as precisely as possible. Even seemingly inconsequential things, like the capacity of rooms where the visit will be held and the sort of refreshments you might want, need to be established well ahead of time. Additionally, speakers need time to prepare their speeches, and teachers and students need time to plan if they are showcasing anything special during the classroom tours. Once things are progressing well on that front, it's time to invite people. Depending on the audience you want, this could be local or even national policymakers, the media, and school district administrators or Board of Education members, as well as, possibly, parents or other groups. When you're inviting people, make it very clear what the content of the event will be and why you want your invitees to attend. The reasons policymakers will want to attend are different than the reasons of the media, and in fact, the content of your visit may itself be different depending on who you want to attend. If you are structuring your visit to make an impression on policymakers, you will want to focus on things they can do specifically, such as increasing funding for CTE programs or passing other relevant legislation. Also, if you are inviting policymakers, let them know ahead of time whether you expect media to be there. If you want to make your strongest impression on the media, you may wish to focus on what makes your school's CTE work unique and the impact that CTE programs have on the community at large. For both groups, be as specific about the event's activities as you can. For even more information on targeting the media specifically, see ACTE's Targeting the Media page, linked in the YouTube description box. As people begin to RSVP to your event, you want to begin to finalize your content. It will be very helpful to attendees if you have supporting materials to distribute at the event. These materials could include detailed information on the school CTE programs, such as information on program outcomes and success stories. For example, how many students graduate and what they go on to do afterward, and information on the mission of your school and what makes its CTE programs unique, especially if your school is a technical school that is primarily devoted to CTE. They can also include information on articulation agreements between your school and local colleges or community colleges, or if your school is a college or community college, articulation agreements between your school and local high schools. Even things like articles from the school newspaper on CTE programs or orientation materials given to students entering these programs can be interesting and informative to visitors. And if your visitors come to the presentation knowing very little about CTE, ACTE's sector sheets or general CTE fact sheets, which are linked in the YouTube description box, may be useful. So you just held your school visit. Give yourself a hand. Hopefully your students and educators enjoyed the chance to showcase the great work they are doing, and your visitors learned a great deal about your school's CTE programs and their importance. Now there's just one more thing to do. Follow up. Be sure to send thank you notes to attendees. For policymakers, include a photo of them with your students to remind them how important CTE is to your community. Include copies of press coverage. If there are media members you invited who could not make it, send them a press release and a photograph afterward. And that's it. We hope you enjoyed our presentation on how to plan and hold a great school visit. For a detailed list of the steps I just showcased, check out our ACTE site visit page, linked in the description box. And be sure to check back on ACTE's page for news on our upcoming school visit and other CTE Month activities.